Какие можешь караталы поиграть? Караталы? Ладно, не надо. Шиши Джаганнатха Девства Деви ки джай. Шиши Горентай ки джай. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabham Girivaradhari Janavalabham Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna, dear devotees, continue to study Srimad Bhagavatam, but also today we speak about Bhagavad Gita because of special occasion. Today we have a first verse from a 6th chapter of 5th canto.
Which text? That's not the same.
561.
Ah, yeah.
Verse of Bhagavad Gita, as you said the first one.
You wanted to display there? Huh? You wanted to display something? We can do that.
Oh no, this is a prose.
Prose. Yeah. Rajo Vacha.
Raja Vaja.
I don't know how to follow because I don't know what to make a pause.
Nanunam Bhagavata Atmaramam Yoga Samirta Yanavabhijita Karma Vichanam Aishwaryani Puna Kleshadani Bhavitum Ahanti Yatrecham Jayo Bhaganati.
I mean, we just to get a bit from the poem.
Yes.
I just see it. Then word by word translation. Rajo Uvacha.
Raja Vaja.
King Parikshit inquired.
King Parikshit inquired.
Na. Nunam. Indeed. Bhagava. Almost powerful Shukadeva Goswami. Atmaramanam. For pure devotees simply engaged in devotional service. Yoga Samhita. Achieved by practice of yoga.
It's wrong.
Jnana. By knowledge. Avabhajita. Yoga. Karma Bijanam. Of those whose seeds of fruitful activities. Aishwaryani. The mystic powers. Shuna. Vishadani. Sources of distress. Bhavitum. To become. Arhanti. Able. Yadvichaya. Automatically. Upagatani. Achieve. King Parikshit asked Shukadeva Goswami, my dear Lord, for those who are completely pure in heart, knowledge is attained by the practice of Bhakti yoga. An attachment for fruitive activity is completely beyond the ashes. For such people, the powers of mystic yoga automatically arise. They do not cause distress. Why then give to Shukadeva a lifetime? The true devotee is constantly engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Practice. Whatever is necessary for discharge of devotional service is automatically obtained. Though it may appear to be the result of mystic yoga power, sometimes the yogi displays a little yogic power by manufacturing gold. A little quantity of gold activates foolish people, and thus the yogi gets many followers who are willing to accept such a tiny person and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a yogi may also advertise himself as Bhagavan. However, the devotee does not have to exhibit such magical wonders. Without practicing the mystic yogic process, he achieves even greater opulence all over the world. Under the circumstances, Lord Shukadeva refused to manifest mystic yogic perfection. And Maharaja Parikshit asked why he did not accept them, since for the devotee they are not at all disturbing. The devotee is never distressed or satisfied by material opulence. His concern is how to create the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He, by the grace of the Supreme Lord, the devotee achieves extraordinary opulence. He utilizes the opportunity for the Lord's service. is not disturbed by its opponents.
Thank you.
Special opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. I mean, like Srimad Bhagavatam class always very auspicious, but also today Ekadashi. Ekadashi is like mother of devotion. It's very special days of help to us to increase our devotion, make some special efforts, and do more Shravan and Kirtana. These days of help to other days when we maybe don't have much time to make effort of devotion. And also today, very special day of Gita Jayanti. It's of Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how many years of it. It's a little bit dirty.
Again, a little closer to the mic.
Krishna?
No. Is it turned off now?
Oh, somebody switch off.
Oh no.
Okay. Yes, and we can speak a little bit about Srimad Bhagavatam, then I will try to speak about Bhagavad Gita. So to understand today's verse, I would like also to read previous one, last one from the 5th chapter. Just read translation. O King Parikshit, just to show all the yogis, the mystic process, Lord Rishabhadeva, the plenary expansion of Lord Krishna, performed wonderful activities. Actually, he was the master of liberation and was fully absorbed in transcendental bliss, which increased a thousandfold. Lord Krishna Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva, is the original source of Lord Rishabhadeva. There is no difference in their constitution, and consequently, Lord Rishabhadeva awakened the loving symptoms of crying, laughing, and shivering. He was always absorbed in transcendental love. Due to this, all mystic powers automatically approached him, such as ability to travel in outer space, at the speed of mind, to appear and disappear, to enter the bodies of others, and to see things far, far away. Although he could do all this, he did not exercise these powers. So we have a story of Rishabhadeva, who is an incarnation of Krishna, and he, in previous chapter, he was giving instruction to his sons. And after giving instructions to his sons and to Bharata Maharaj, he put Bharata Maharaj in charge of the kingdom, and then he just went. I mean, like, actually, he just didn't anymore was a king, and he, in the beginning, he was still living somewhere in the city, but he just became like a madman. It's also interesting, like this change, how it happened, and he was going around, and people saw him, and they like, I mean, like, yeah, of course, in the beginning they maybe knew that he's a king, but when he started to travel in different villages, places, people even couldn't recognize that he was a king, and because he looked very special. And yeah, he was absorbed in very high consciousness of the serving God. And gradually it said, like in this last verse from previous chapter, that Lord Shukadeva awakened the loving symptoms of crying, laughing and shivering. It's interesting that Bhakti can be manifested in such a way. Actually, this is our goal, to cry for Krishna. And yeah, here is also symptoms like laughing and shivering. It's also coming when we're developing this awakening our love, because it says that Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Satya Kabunaya, Shravanadi Shuddha Siddha Karya Udaya. That actually Krishna Prema is always in our heart. It's there. We just need to awake it. And yeah, sometimes we can think that we are already happy, but some saints and incarnation of Krishna, they show to us what is real happiness. And by observing these symptoms, we can be again inspired to maybe achieve one day this. And yeah, and he have the symptoms, and after this some mystic powers arise. It also says that Krishna can give mystic power, even easy, not so difficult to achieve them. Even liberation Krishna gives to his devotees. I think in this chapter 6, what we read now, some last verses, I will try to find. It was said that Krishna gives very easily liberation, but not so easy to become his servant, to get this opportunity to serve Krishna. Because when we get this opportunity, Krishna even become our servant. Because we see this example of Arjuna and Krishna. Krishna became like a servant of Arjuna. He was charioteer, he was driving chariot. And in different examples also he was in the position that he, because of devotion, he was ready to put himself even externally lower, that he wanted to serve devotees. But Krishna don't give this easily. For this we need develop some desire and prove this desire. But liberation Krishna gave quite easy. It's also interesting that we can be maybe tired from this world or disappointed, and Krishna can save us. Just give us some... No, liberation, it means actually we go to the spiritual world, because in material world it's not liberation, because in material world there is still birth, death, disease, old age. Even in higher planets, maybe we live longer, but still one day we will die. And then we again supposed to come to other planets and may again get some troubles. But in spiritual world, it's Vaikuntha, where is no troubles. And in liberation it means we can go to Vaikuntha. But there is also different relationship with Krishna available. And today verse explains that those who are completely pure in heart, knowledge is attained by the practice of Bhakti Yoga. An attachment for fruitive activity is completely burned to ashes. It's also a nice point. I found that devotees, they're pure in heart. Actually, not so easy to find devotees, because it's not so many people accept this path, because it said in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kashit sithaye yatatam api sithanam kashit maveti tatvatah. It means that from the thousands of people, only one looking for perfection. If you just go to the people, speak with them, we go to book distribution, and we can... sometimes we just distribute books very simple. This meditation help you become free from stress, take it. But if you try to speak a little bit more deep, explain, ask people, do you think sometimes about life? Who are you? What are you doing here? What is this all about? Why we came to this world? What will be after death? And many people, they're not interesting. They're not caring about this. yeah, you can try. You can get experience. Or we can even, if you don't go for book distribution, we can just speak with our friends and see how they respond. Yes, and it's actually, congratulations to all of you that, that you all took this process of bhakti. And it said that attachment for fruitive activity is completely burned to ashes for these pure-hearted souls. I just want to ask, if some devotees maybe had before some attachment to fruitive activity before bhakti yoga, before coming to this path of devotional service. But before probably we had more, yeah? We have maybe some desires to achieve some different ideas. Isn't it?
I was super attached to good grades.
For what?
Good grades in school.
Good grades. Okay, this can be also a fruitive activity. Jnana. Yeah, sometimes we want to have some careers, to buy some car, I don't know, to have achieve something, develop some qualities. But it's interesting that devotees, they even sometimes become too renounced. If you look on devotees, they don't care. They don't want to work. Even maybe too much, they don't want to work. I know some devotees, they just, after some practice, when they was engaged, maybe they was living in a temple or doing harinam for a long time, even they went home, but some of them, they still somehow maintain themselves without working, because it's coming. Because many people, for them it's difficult. They just, they want that people look at them, they see them like a normal people. But devotees, they don't care. They want to, chant, to think about Krishna, to read about Krishna. Yeah, I mean, it's not always, in one way it's good, in another way it can be sometimes irresponsible. But also it's a sign of that the devotees, these desires, they just disappeared. They don't want anymore just to work for some fruitive activities, to make some career, to get some money. Yeah, this is a glory of Bhakti Yoga, because Bhakti Yoga is such a deep process, what helped to us to become detached and open to us the path where we can develop something higher. And actually we have to take this opportunity. And also it said that for such people, powers of mystic yoga automatically arise. They do not cause distress. Yeah, actually it said, Hare Krishna. In purport it was said about these mystic powers. However, a devotee does not have to exhibit such magical wonders. Without practicing the mystic yogic processes, he achieves even greater opulence all over the world. Under the circumstances, Lord Rishabhadeva refused to manifest mystic yogic perfections. I mean, there was something about opulence. I just wanted to speak about this opulence. His concern is how to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If by the grace of the Supreme Lord, a devotee achieves extraordinary opulence, he utilizes the opportunity for the Lord's service. Yeah, I mean, mystic power, sometimes we practice and we not always see mystic powers in us. But of course, it's mostly it's available for people who achieved very high level of Krishna consciousness. There are some stories about Prabhupada exhibiting mystic powers. But it's mostly, as I understand, it's come when we achieve maybe Bhava or Prema, because in this level, actually, we become liberated, and this, we can, yes.
Would you care to share such a story? I've never heard one.
Mm-hmm.
About one.
Yeah, it's a good point. Mm-hmm. There is many of them, but I don't remember. I remember one, maybe it's kind of mystic power, that there was some installation of deities, and there was many devotees and many also journalists came, some people with cameras and so on, and devotees, they built some like altar, and there was some columns like this, but there was not fixed, there was just staying, and Krishna was somewhere, I mean deities, I think it was Radha Krishna, and in some, when they was preparing different things, in one moment there was moment when one column in something happened and it just started to fall down. It's like this. And Prabhupada in this moment, he was doing something, some preparations, and he just, some disciples describe how he could so fast manage with all of things what he had, and by one hand he was carrying this column, by another he it was like, at least that devotees, they see that it was like something was very, very special, how fast and how he managed that it will not crash, because otherwise it will spoil all this installation, and it will be a big disaster. I don't remember details, but I remember somebody was telling the story actually about this mystic powers of Prabhupada.
It was almost falling on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just remembered another story when I think it was Chaturani was very sick for 2 weeks and she couldn't move anymore. So they brought her to Prabhupada and she was crying there, and she had very much stomach pain, and Prabhupada was healing her actually. And then the next day she could walk and she was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very serious after that was and in this case usually Prabhupada was doing Jesus.
Thank you. Yeah, even sometimes we can see devotees who distribute books. Sometimes they also, it's also unbelievable how they stop people. People just go and they just saying some words, and people just somehow they stop and they forget what is going, where they go, and then they start to listen, and then they're ready to do what devotees say to them. They just take a book, give money. Yeah, so it's really if you observe it, looks like mystic power. It's like people is somehow like something happening within them.
And also, I liked very much, they asked Prabhupada, can you show us? And then he said, this is the miracle that all these devotees came actually, all these people came to Krishna consciousness, because if we think like he was opening more than 100 temples and so many disciples, this is really a mystic power. You can never attract so many people in such a short time, so it's not by flying around, but even flying around people would see that he was not broken. And he was also glowing.
Yeah, it was maybe not something external. It's not just manifesting some gold or healing many people from some cancer. But Prabhupada probably he didn't exhibit these abilities because he didn't want to attract some superficial people who will only be attracted by these abilities, because he wanted to give something special to us, what is higher than all these siddhas. So yes. Yeah, it says that these siddhas arise, but they do not go straight, but Rishabhadeva neglects them. And the next verses will explain about why he did so. And it will say that it was something complaining about mind. If somebody control mind, still devotees, they usually don't trust mind all the time, because your mind sometimes can be your enemy. Even if you achieve the higher level of devotional service, you don't trust your mind. It's recommended also that different texts recommended that we still follow some regulations, rules, which help to us to keep us pure from all different contaminations. And in this way, Rishabhadeva, he didn't, wasn't interested in the siddhas because, he was, it can bring some danger, and he didn't want it, go into this. But next verses, when other devotees will give lectures, they will probably explain this more. So, and today we can go to Bhagavad Gita, and to the glory of Bhagavad Gita, say a few words. In beginning, I would like to read from Gita Mahatmya. It's a glorification of Bhagavad Gita. In the end of in the end of introduction to Bhagavad Gita, there is also Prabhupada give you few verses from this Gita Mahatmya. Gita Mahatmya was written by Adi Shankaracharya. It's also interesting that Shankaracharya, he was a personalist, but he was probably Shakti Vesha Avatara, of Krishna. And Shankaracharya of Shiva. Okay. Yes, and in this glorification, he very, very nicely explained about the glory of Bhagavad Gita, of Krishna as well. So, text 1. There is only 7 verses. We can read all of them. Gita Shastram Idam Punyam Yah Pathet Prayatah Puman Vishnoh Padam Avapnoti Baya Shokadivichitaha. Translation. One who with a regulated mind recites with devotion this Bhagavad Gita scripture, which is the bestower of all virtue, will attain a holy abode, such as Vaikuntha, the residence of Lord Vishnu, which is always free from the mundane qualities based on the fear and lamentation. So Yamuna today inspired to recite, and you can...
I don't find it.
Gita Mahatmya, just put in Google Gita Mahatmya, and then from ISKCON Desire 3, you can open. It's probably second link was in Google in my case. Yeah, it's said that's just reciting Bhagavad Gita give to us this bestow to us all virtue that we can attain Vaikuntha, get liberation. Text 2. Gita bhyayana shilasya pranayama parasya naivashanti papani purva janma kritani cham. If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reactions of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. It's also a very great moment that sometimes people can have heavy karma, which is difficult to overcome. And just by sincerely reading Bhagavad Gita, we can become free from all these bad reactions of past misdeeds. We open here. Text 3. Maline muchanam pumsam jalash snanam dine dine shakrit gitamrita snanam samsaramala nashanam. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water. But if one takes a bath even once in a sacred Ganges, water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. Prabhupada also this verse quote in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. It's like bathing in the Ganges. It's very auspicious. Sometimes we go to India to bath in the Ganges, and many people do this. But it said just by taking bath in Bhagavad Gita, we can remove all the dirt of material life. It's also very, very nice. Gita sugita kartavya kim anyay shastra vastarai Yashvayam Padmanabhyasya Mukta Padmat Vinishritam. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literatures. But this is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literatures, and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, if somebody don't have time to read, we can suggest just read Bhagavad Gita, and you will get everything what you need. Actually, it's a very good gift. Also, today, if somebody have some good friends or some people who may be interesting, we can just give them Bhagavad Gita and maybe a little bit glorify, explain about this position of Bhagavad Gita. And if people read only Bhagavad Gita because it's spoken by God, it's such an opportunity to listen direct instructions from God. Text 5. Bharatamrita Sharvasvam Vishnu Vaktrat Vinimshritam Gita Gando Kadam Pitva Punarjanmana Vidyate. By drinking the Ganges waters of the Gita, the divine quintessence of the Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, the cycle of birth and death is terminated. Text 6. Sarvopanishado Gavo Doktha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsahsu Tudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. All the Upanishads are like a cow, and the milker of the cows is Lord Shri Krishna, the son of Nanda. Arjuna is the calf, and the beautiful nectar of the Gita is the milk, and the fortunate devotees of fine, tasty intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk. Also nice example. Just Upanishads like a cow, and Lord Krishna is a milking cow, Arjuna is a calf, and nectar of Bhagavad Gita is a milk. We just can drink this milk of Bhagavad Gita and enjoy. Yeah, actually milk is a very special substance. Prabhupada says that in milk there is all vitamins. Yeah, and it's also very auspicious. There is some vegans, of course, who don't take milk, but they don't take milk because of it's not ahimsa milk. But it doesn't mean that milk became not good. Milk is like actually the best food in this world. Even some saints, they could maintain themselves only by drinking milk or some milk, taking some milk products. That's very sattvic. Yeah, in Bhagavad Gita it's compared now, it's like this milk. And last verse, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Evam Eko Mantrastasya Namani Jani Karma Pi Ekam Tasya Devasya Sevam. There need be only one holy scripture, the divine Gita, sung by Lord Shri Krishna. Only one worshipful Lord Shri Krishna. Only one mantra, his holy names. Only one duty, devotional service unto that supreme worshipful Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah, Prabhupada also was saying about this, that it's what can unite all people. We need only one book, this will be Bhagavad Gita, one prayer or one mantra, holy names of Krishna. and one God. Of course, everyone wants to have his own God. So this was like glorification of Bhagavad Gita from Shankaracharya. It's nicely explained about how Bhagavad Gita is powerful. That by just reading this, but it's like we can remove all the contamination of the sins and awake. I mean, it was not said here, but yeah, it's like a milk. It was given to us, a real nectar. So, and I wanted to say something about the Bhagavad Gita, about the purpose of Gita. So there is actually introduction in Bhagavad Gita. It's very nice. There is explained everything about Bhagavad Gita, and some moments about what is mentioned there is it's mentioned about who can understand Bhagavad Gita. Because when we study Bhagavad Gita, there is some qualification required. And does somebody know what is this qualification? Who can understand Gita?
One has to be Krishna's friend and non-envious of others.
Mm-hmm. But if you're not Krishna's friend?
Then you cannot understand, you have to be a devotee.
Devotee, okay. This actually was just mentioned, to become a devotee. Yeah, Arjuna was a friend, it's also. Yeah, it says that we need a faith in Krishna. We need to accept Krishna as God. It means that we become devotees, means to accept Krishna as God. At least theoretically, Prabhupada say. Theoretically we accept. Sorry. We accept that Krishna is God. Yeah. And it's helped to become qualified. And also it's mentioned some qualities. Maybe somebody remember or knows what is the qualities of a person who like eligible to understand Gita. Who just what's make him, yeah. What's help him understand Bhagavad Gita? There was something mentioning about this world, that somebody have to be frustrated. Okay, it said that one can understand Bhagavad Gita only when one begins to contemplate about the cause of the suffering and where we came from and where we go after death. Because, yeah, it's like qualification. It's important to ask these questions. All of us most probably have had these questions, because otherwise we will not be eligible to understand Gita. So then purpose of Bhagavad Gita. If somebody knows what is the purpose of Gita, but maybe not Yamuna. Сергей? В чем цель Бхагавад-гиты? В чем цель Бхагавад-гиты?
In one verse.
Just.
5 вещей основных поднимает Бхагавад-гита.
Это тема, это немножко другое.
Ну так цель осознать эти темы. Нет?
Там упоминается цель.
Предаться Кришне.
Sergey says to surrender to Krishna, goal of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, to surrender is one of the, but it's to surrender we need goal. Why we need to surrender? And yeah, in the introduction it's mentioned purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Its purpose is to liberate humanity from the bondage of ignorant material existence. It says that humanity in ignorance. People are in ignorance, and Bhagavad Gita helps to become free from this ignorance. And what is this ignorance? It says that it's mistaken understanding that happiness is possible in this world. Yeah, actually, many people is some of you believe that happiness is possible in this world? Yes, you believe. Okay. But devotees look at this from other perspective. They see that they don't look on like material happiness. Yeah, they see that there is, of course, we're looking for happiness. Ananda Maya Besad is nature of the soul. But actually, many people, they looking for happiness in this world, but it's a mistake, this illusion. Because material happiness is not possible. It's this dukkhalaya shashvatam. In Bhagavad Gita it's mentioned that this world is full of miseries and it's temporary. And we have to become free from this illusion. And this is goal of Bhagavad Gita. It's also nice to know that Bhagavad Gita helps to become free from this illusion from the bondage of ignorant material existence. And then there is these 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita described about Ishvara, God, Jiva, living entity, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Like in 7th chapter it explains about there are different energies, material energies, and there is this living beings, Jivas, and there is Ishvara, God, who is like above all this. And in different parts of Bhagavad Gita, all these topics explained. It's a Sambandha. And by understanding the Sambandha, we can become a Bhakta, devotee, because it's all this help to us to become a Bhakta. Because Bhakta, it means who understand all these topics, understand who is God, who we are, what is material nature, what is time, what is karma. And Bhagavad Gita say a lot also about karma yoga, how to become free from attachments and use everything for Krishna. Yagyartat karma no nyatra lokayam karma bandhanai tad artham karma kantuya mukta sangha samachara. In 3rd chapter it says that everyone should act for satisfying Krishna, otherwise it's take bondage material world. And also there is points about why we should trust Bhagavad Gita. It's said because this knowledge is apaurusheyam. It's not a human, not given by humans, it's given by God. Of course, for new people it can be difficult to accept, but still, some people who are sincere, they can understand. It's like ancient scriptures. There are some evidences it was given by Krishna. Krishna is God, and He is above. He is not ordinary human being, and in this way we can trust Bhagavad Gita. And then also Bhagavad Gita, I just say a few moments, and because already is time. It said about the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to become. We already said about the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to free humanity from the ignorant material existence. And there is also clarification of this purpose. It said about Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma. It explained about that. This material existence is like it's like not the best place. It's a temporary world. Bhagavad Gita explained about there is also Sanatana Dharma. Especially in 8th chapter, Bhagavad Gita explained about what is the supreme abode, what is beyond all material existence. And to achieve the Sanatana Dharma, its recommended method is Sanatana Dharma. And maybe somebody knows what's this Sanatana Dharma, how to practically practice this Sanatana Dharma. What should we do? To follow Prabhupada. Okay, something else?
Give up all worldly desires.
To give up material desires. Yes. But actually today Srimad Bhagavatam verse said that by practicing Bhakti Yoga, you just become free from this attachment for fruitive activity. It's burned to ashes.
But it's probably not the other, like also it's the other way around, but usually we practice Bhakti Yoga and then the other things will go and then we detach so much from it.
Yeah, it's a gradual process. We need some time to. It's like when you take shower. If it's too very dirty, it takes some time to remove all dirt. Same as this practice. But I would like to also hear from you. What is this practice? What should we do? What is this Sanatana Dharma?
Hearing
just some ideas. Maybe like I would like some little more interactions. Maybe you can give some point
So, what's the question?
about Sanatana Dharma. No, it says that there is, to achieve the goal of life, goal of to become free from material existence, there is a given method, is Sanatana Dharma. You know the translation of Sanatana Dharma? No, it says Dharma is our duty, what we should do. At Sanatana, it means eternal duty. Yeah, and maybe you can give some point what it is Sanatana Dharma. А?
Вечная деятельность.
Да. Ты можешь тоже сказать, что такое Sanatana Dharma?
Этому служению, что такое санатана?
Sergey says devotional service. What is devotional service?
Serve Krishna as good as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there is, for example, we know some methods of devotional service. Like there is from angas of bhakti, like 5 most powerful methods, or like 9 methods of bhakti. If somebody remember this? 5 angas of bhakti. What it is?
To recite like to have contact between Bhagavatam and the holy name, and to recite in a holy place, and to worship the deities, and then also to
Sadhu Sangha.
yeah.
Yeah, association with devotees. Yeah, 5 method is like holy name, Srimad Bhagavatam, or Bhagavad Gita is reading the scriptures, and then live in a holy place, also like temples is also a holy place, and worship deities, and Sadhu Sangha, to associate with devotees. It's like 5.
That's why the morning program is the most powerful.
Yeah, it's contain all of this. But
Это санатана дхарма?
no, actually, Sanatana Dharma is включает в себя эти вещи, Sanatana Dharma. But actually, Prabhupada explained in Bhagavad Gita introduction that primary processes to return to God is remembrance. Main method to return to God is to remember Him, because actually we hear that we have to always remember Krishna. We need to remember Krishna. But how to do this? Prabhupada also give we have to do, but he mentioned Shravanam and Kirtanam. This is Sanatana Dharma, Shravanam and Kirtanam.
Ended up us saying like in the very beginning.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's like not something complicated. We have to Shravanam is to listen about Krishna, and Kirtanam to glorify Him. Like to read Prabhupada books, to listen to lectures, it's all Shravanam. When we hear about Krishna. Yeah, we're trying to hear about who is Krishna, His glory, like what is Bhagavad Gita, different stories from Srimad Bhagavatam, about Krishna personally, also like in Krishna book. Yeah, all this is Shravanam, because Shravanam, it said there is 9 processes of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archana, Madanam. Like Shravanam is listening, Kirtanam is glorifying God, then remembering Him, it's actually going after these 2. Then Vandanam is praying to God, also Archanam, worship deities, like in the altar or doing something in a temple, was also can be worship. And Dasyam, to become a servant, like Sergey said, to serve is also. And all of this. But Shravanam is essential, because Shravanam, if you don't have a Shravanam, how we can glorify God? Because to able to glorify God, to speak about His glory, or maybe, because glorify God we can in many ways, by, use our talents and to help the people to get to know about God. It can be from different ways, like through music, through art, through, you can become a scholar, you can become a mathematician, or some astrologist, and just inspire people to understand about God, because you can say that He's a source of everything, He's a source of knowledge. Different ways how we can do this. And you can be architecture, anyone, like you can glorify Krishna by so many ways. yeah, but first is Shravana. We have to listen who is Krishna. We know, okay, Krishna is God and he is so nice. And then we can glorify him, inspire people to know, get to know him. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada just simple says, Sanatana Dharma is Shravanam and Kirtanam. What's help to remember Krishna?
What place he said?
In introduction, во введении к Бхагавад-гите. Можешь почитать введение, там в конце введения это будет тоже. Yeah, and then in the end of introduction there is benefits of studying Bhagavad Gita, what we already read from the Gita Mahatmya. Prabhupada mentioned this, how this beneficial just to study Bhagavad Gita. So okay, sorry, it's a little bit already 35 minutes, but today is Ekadashi and this special occasion I just took a little bit more time. And if anyone has some questions or some comments, please, we can discuss a bit.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for this clarification of wonderful Bhagavad Gita, and to remember the Gita Mahatmya was very nice. I was just thinking sometimes Krishna says that, yeah, of course, this liberation is easier than to get devotion, so to get bhakti. Because if one is really getting pure, then Krishna gives himself to this devotee, we know. But then we know that this path of liberation is very, very difficult, and Arjuna even says it's more difficult to control mind than to control the wind, and to get this liberation in that sense we have to practice this path, right? And then it's said that it's much easier for us to practice bhakti. So how can we combine these two statements that are both true?
Mm-hmm. But can you clarify, like, is it Arjuna say about there is about liberation or control mind? Which chapter is this? Where he said this? Do you remember? Six 634, I think. The mind is very restless, turbulent, strong and obstinate, O Krishna. It appears to me that it is more difficult to control than the wind. But it's this sixth chapter explains about the dhyana yoga of this mystic power. About mystic. Arjuna thought that maybe. I mean, like, he just didn't want to fight, and he thought, okay, maybe I will go to forest and just pray, meditate, become sannyasi, and I will not be engaged in all these things. And then Krishna spoke to him, you have to fight. And then he described, after some time, in 6th chapter, about this dhyana yoga, method of like Ashtanga yoga, how to achieve this perfection. And Arjuna said it's too much. It's too difficult. It's like, it's not easy to control mind. But it was about mystic yoga, yeah. I mean, even for devotees who practice, because who practice bhakti, it said that they can achieve liberation. Bhakti also, of course, bhakti meant for higher. I mean, like, there is some higher purpose, like Prema Pumartha Mahan, because there is like Artha Dharma Kama Moksha. Moksha is like, it's actually for those who practice, this Dharma and, fulfill all their duties, and they gradually can achieve their liberation, become free from this. But bhakti actually meant for love to Krishna. But if some of us, or like somebody maybe not inspired much to achieve this love to Krishna, they are not eager, because actually clarification for bhakti, it said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this verse is quoted as Tatra laurim apimunim akalam janma koti sukritayana labhyate, that to achieve bhakti we have to have a big desire, greed, louder. And even pious activities from the many lives is not enough to, it's not help to us to achieve bhakti. Yes. Yeah. I mean, like Krishna can give to us liberation if we maybe not so eager to achieve this love. But actually, if we engaged in this Shravanam and Kirtanam, if we really getting this taste from these activities, but it's of course it's very rare when people they really, because some people they practice religion just for these purposes, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Because actually many people from religion they want some prosperity, they want religion make me nice in many ways. And yeah, it's material world. It's mostly all the souls contaminated by these desires, and they want artha and then kama, because you can enjoy more. You can even go to heaven and enjoy it so much. And then you go moksha. Moksha, you can become free from even material existence. Yeah, but no, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand your question properly. But in this moment, it was what you say about Arjuna. It's difficult to practice this mystic process when you control your senses and just is that without bhakti, just you do this pranayama or these different things, and yeah, this is difficult, especially in Kali Yuga when our mind is so much disturbed, and without engaging our senses in practice and to serving Krishna is difficult, and yeah, it's not recommended.
Yeah, I think the thought I had is that liberation is attained when you practice jnana or ashtanga yoga, but actually you can also practice bhakti yoga, and then at the stage of nishta you're actually liberated, and then this Krishna is giving these labels. The love of Godhead is a much more elevated state, and for that you have to really
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
No.
Time? No? Simon? No? Okay. Granth Rashmad Bhagavatam ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Gita Jayanti ki jai, Ekadash Vrata ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Вы меня спрашиваете, что такое санатана дхарма, я говорю, что это преданное служение, вы говорите нет, это, слушание и памятование.
Я не сказал нет. Я потом сказал подробности, что такое преданное служение.
Что такое преданное служение? 9 ангелов. С Вишну Смараном, Падасеваном.
Это преданное служение, это смарана, помнится Кришна. Но чтобы помнить, нужно шрамам написать. Потому что когда это
Я не знаю, где вы, какие выводы.
Нет, ты когда можешь помнить Кришну, если ты не слушаешь, как ты его представляешь?
В каких местах вообще?
Начинаешь видение Бхагавад-гиты.
Так введение, понятно, введение, но самой Бхагавад-гиты.
Самая Бхагавад-гита там много или нет?
Сломали мозги.
Бхагавад-гита... Нет, то есть если говоришь Шравана Киртан, это первое, что-то новое? Ты на самом деле даже ты посуду моешь, это Киртан. Потому что ты представляешь Кришну, ты делаешь храм красиво. И пошли на место.
Нет, преданное служение, ты моешь посуду, это делаешь что-то для Кришны.
Это может такой Киртан нравится. Но это может быть все же Киртан. Особенно если помогаешь которому выраживается пуджа, и он там будет представлять Кришну. И ты там что-то готовить даже для него, не может быть Киртан. Потому что...
Я ждал, что вы скажете правильно, Бхакти Сергей, но что говорит Прабхупада в введении по этой теме? Вы же понимаете, я же не афит, короче. Если я правильно отвечаю на вопрос, короче. Вы что делаете?
share your screen with this.
Все
You
уже
can see what you see.
подготовите вы
It's good
себя,
idea.
важную борьбу.
Просто да, его серия не switch on,
Ну,
try.
я думал,
Нет,
вы
это
будете
правда.
учить все-таки правильно задавать, короче,
А you can look at it.
а вы просто махнули рукой, короче, наверное, полное
it is-
совершенствование, да?
Is it full HD?
There's one button, I think it's for. But of course, when you don't have one in your laptop, then you know. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, that's everything that some stuff I did not try so much actually, but at least we got some notes and stuff in it, so yeah.
Just try.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now it shows this code. I'm not sure, I'll have to see. Let's see. And here you need to press full screen actually once. Yeah, disconnect it again. Let's see. I will disconnect it and do it again. Now, you see how when you go in, you change your code. Here you press maximize. And now it's could be interesting. And also your window, of course, when you share it,
Andiamo chat,
make your web browser full screen, or here, the whole thing. And also you need to zoom in actually because it's too small like this. You need to zoom in to see how small it is. Yeah, just open the text. Like for example, you go on data text on some text. And this is so small, so you zoom in the whole thing until it's big enough. Yeah, and you do full screen also. Now you just zoom in the website actually in web browser. Yes, yeah, more, even more like that is good. More, quality looks good. It's just matte, and the good thing is not reflective. It's a matte screen, and it's a good thing. It's not reflective. What you can, this is the website. You see the stuff here. These fragments. This from the background here actually. You see. This is yeah. I'm not sure what resolution you have here now. I'm not sure if it's 4K, but yeah. You should be coming. Can you turn up? Yeah, sound is nothing else. You can also connect with the speaker if you want to play. Later you will be able to connect with the system. You can also fix install speakers somehow, you know, always fix. But this notch even is logic in no screen can do this from this one. From here it is good enough actually, you know. Because if it's in the corner, if it's in this corner, you know, if it's in this corner, this is the angle, so it's actually good enough. Yeah.
So you want to install this CD somewhere, or it will be in a folder?
I'm not sure, but Gokulu said we should install it here actually, like this.
From the left?
I don't know, here like, because it will replace this one actually.
Like from the right, like here.
Probably in the middle, because it's very edgy. I'm not sure. He said in the middle.
And then we can do the songs.
Maybe.
There's some folder, maybe here.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. Also, actually, is that this fiber? Fiber, yeah, plastic, you know, fiber optics. It's a it's fiber, it's glass, fiberglass plastic compound, I think. That cover, carbon.
This falls out. This metal.
This thing, I'm not sure. It's yeah. Actually, also you have integrated that browser here. When you want to do something from here, when you have this pen, you just press once here, and the thing shows up. And now you have these side buttons. Here you have one internet, and also you can make a full screen. It's a very simple browser only, but I made some bookmarks. And yeah, in the here you can also zoom here with these buttons you see. Gita, Jayanti. Nein, nichts jetzt auch das Programm.
По-моему, я ще теж новий. Я ще вроді новий, він по другой. Там було таке. Страшна була.
Как мы людей.
Das ist nicht spitzig, ich glaube nicht.
Gut.
Passt, ja. Festivals und so haben eben dafür bestückt und so, ja.
Also, wolltet wir jetzt abstellen?
Abstellen was?
Ja, die Leitdecke. Das müssen wir wissen.
Ich weiß nicht. Muss ich nicht gucken.
Ersetzt der jetzt noch das da?
Ja.
Das sind sie.
Das haben sie wollen. Aber ich habe mir gerade so überlegt, was man könnte theoretisch machen. Wir können das Kursion machen und noch dazu machen. Und das soll ich dann aus dem Flipboard ziehen. Das heißt, ich kann auch dazu machen oder aufzeichnen. Ist das eine Idee? Ja.